Hello and welcome everyone to today's Vast Tech Talk episode. My name is Andreas Breckheimer and today we're going to talk about SAP Service Cloud version 2, the introduction. Now this is a quick talk, so have understanding. We cannot go through everything, but we will have more episodes in the future, so stay tuned. Now today we're going to talk about technical information about the version 2, the core differences, or at least some core differences to version 1, and we give you a small demo video where we click through and show you what the solution looks like. Now, what is the core differences? Mainly, the reason why there is a core difference. SAP encountered that the current use technology for the regular Service Cloud is getting stretched. It's getting slowly obsolete. So to challenge the coming changes in the environment, in the industries, there is the need for adapting the technology. And this is where Service Cloud version 2 comes into place to address and resolve the current challenges about performance, availability, and provide a better end-to-end user and process experience. So this is why. Now, the how you can see here, and it's very complex. So let me break it down in a few simple words. On the core of now the Service Cloud version 2 is always SAP Business Technology Platform, BTP. The services that we see in BTP, be it machine learning, workflows, development, everything is being reused for the Service Cloud version 2. It's based on the BTP. That is the core now. BTP is the core of Service Cloud version 2, and you can extend the Service Cloud version 2 using BTP. So it is a very close cooperation. It is split now into microservices, getting better performance, flexibility, and availability to your solution now. Now, 5 things to mention here. That is really the core technology change in the so-called new cloud native core. Host and hyperscaler, so you have a better and more flexible option of high performance running the application. You have advanced business capabilities that will give you just a tuning in efficiency of the user experience and also for cross-industry complete end-to-end processes that come along with the new solution. Then you do want to improve the cloud qualities, we already talked, that's scalability, reliability, security, etc. Simplified extensibility and usability with the DevOps tools from BTP and also with the new adaptation features from Service Cloud version 2, it is very easy for you to customize your application or your solution to your needs. And microservices API first, so it's very easy to integrate this new Service Cloud version 2 along with different BTP or other SAP systems. Now, the core difference we want to talk about today, you can see here, and you can pause if you want to go through all the details. These are the features that we find today in the Service Cloud version 2. And of course, the features that we had in version 1 are already existing. They're not just gone. It is just a phase where the version 2 has to cover these topics as well. Now, there are many differences. So we decided to just give you a handful of changes that are now there. First, we have an improved user experience, not just for the end user, but also for us consultants, but also for administrators and managers, because it is now very easy. Previously, you have this scoping where you had to go through different catalogs of services, where you had to enable them, and only then you could configure them. Now it's everything in once. You have one settings area, you can search for whatever configuration or service you want to do, and then you go through the setup. This is it. The second powerful thing is adaptations. Changing the screen, creating new fields, everything is now very easy, and more important, it is quicker, because whatever change you do in the screen during the adaptation, it happens and renders automatically. You see the outcome of what you did in an instance, and then you can just make changes on the way. Now, a second important thing that we want to point out is service request is no more. It's now called cases, and cases are service requests, incidents, problems, however you want to call it in your system environment. The new term in SAP Service Cloud version 2 is cases. And with cases comes a lot of features that we already know but also new features such as the case flows, the phases that you can create on this. We will see that in the demo, but in short, what it means is you can define phases that your case can be in, like a status, but more defined. And that is giving you the option to provide step-by-step approaches for your agents to follow along. So you can make sure everyone is following a certain process. You can define mandatory steps to be taken there, and you can also have automatic steps to be happening in the background, like scripts that are running and sending notifications and so on. Now let's go to the demo, to the walkthrough here in this video. What you see here now is the screen of the new Service Cloud version 2, and on the top of the screen you can see the search. The search is basically the core entry point when you want to open documents. You can search for every kind of document, so it's cases, product groups, accounts, whatever you want to do there. And then you can see, when you go to the details, the more filter options that you have on the other side. Now with these filter options, you can fine-tune your search, you can navigate into the documents on the search result as usual, and you can, what you can see here, it opens a new tab. So you just close the tab and you're back to your screen where you started from. So that's very powerful on navigation improvements. Another thing that you can of course also do is saving the searches that you have, your favorite searches for instance. You can fine-tune it to just search for one specific document type or multiple ones. So the search overall has improved there. And then we do have on the right upper side corner various different items. We do have CTI widget, we have built-in support, we do have the favorites for instance, we do have the Qualtrics powered satisfaction feedback, we do have notifications, and we do have different applications that are being bound into SAP Service Cloud version 2. That could be AppGyver or build apps, for instance, for consultants or developers to work on. And then we do have the actual account setup, user preferences, adaptation, and settings. Now let's go to the settings, shall we? Which you can see here, dashboard gives you a pinned and recently visited option of allowing to go through the settings, but you can go through all the settings now and you see everything. Now everything in one place, this is very powerful. If you want to search for something, you have a search bar. So you just type in case, get all the configuration for cases. You go into one of them, let's say here case types, we click on it and automatically we can see it is showing up. We can select any case type that we want to go into. We can open it. We see the phases that are important for this case type. Now, if it is a service request in regards of a guarantee, or maybe it is something about maintenance, and depending on that one, you can define different phases. That's the core idea behind that. And you can see here the different steps that are being taken. Now let's look how it does look for the agent if he is opening a case. Opening a case can be done by search, of course. You can also navigate in the left-hand side menu on cases. Then clicking on the subject gives you a quick view on the right-hand side of the screen. This allows you to just browse through different informations if you want to verify if that is, for instance, the case you are interested in or you want to really change on. But you can also have a quick change being done on various fields. That is indicated by the pencil that shows up whenever you have this opened in the quick view, right? And these information are mainly header information, so it is not giving all information. It's meant to be like for quick changes, quick adaptations, quick improvements, or going to the next status. For if you want to go and open it on the big screen, like full visual screen of the document, you will need to go through this little icon here, which is beside of the ID. Now on the left-hand side, you'll see the header information, and you can collapse that if you want to. It basically shows you the same that we see in the quick view, and some of the tabs that you see here does look familiar. And we can see here the phases, now highlighted in with the blue arrows. It is navigating our agent through different steps he needs to take in order to go and process the case correctly. So we do have, of course, mandatory steps, but you can also have optional steps that you could skip or just do when it is actually needed or even possible. Now, any of these can be confirmed, go to the next steps, go even to the next phase if all mandatory steps has been done. And that's a very, very powerful tool to make everything in one process flow applicable for all agents. So it's a clear rule set that how they should treat a case. When we talk about further settings, we have machine learning, giving you machine learning scenarios out of the box. You can see a few of them, like machine translations, natural language processing, and so on, to understand the content and intent of emails, the mood of customers, and all of these can be trained on your data. And we do have extensibility, which basically gives you an option of all the business entities that you want to extend on. In this case, let's go again to the cases. We can create custom fields in here. We can define the types of the custom fields. We can have validations or determinations on these fields to happen, or on any case field that is existing. Now, these determinations, for instance, are small script snippets that you can manage in these kind of snippet browsers. So it is very easy condition block. If statement XYZ is true, then do that, or fill that field, give me a warning message, whatever you want to do there. But then also on the settings, we do want to point out one more thing, which is the autoflow. Autoflow is in general a workflow, a small tiny workflow that you can define in the solution when you have this diagram look and feel of the actual workflow that looks familiar for everyone who knows BTP, right? And you can define notifications to be sent or triggering other events to other systems. You can also define a very complex workflow in BTP and have a small one just from your Service Cloud version 2 to point and trigger into BTP to processes further. And that basically concludes what we wanted to show for you today. And that is just now the last slide for the overview of the cases and what has changed. With that being said, I would like to thank you everyone for tuning in, and have a good day. My name is Andreas Breckheimer, and goodbye until the next episode of the VAS Tech Talks.
VAS, complex made simple.